Hey you guys, it's me Max, and today we're back with another episode of Average Commentary. And today we're doing another game of our friend Tyler, and this time he's playing a mid Fizz, which is very nice because he's been playing it, or he's been picking it up much more than usual. So it'll be nice to kind of see how his Fizz is progressing, considering how we've played a few games together. And of course we'll start a look at our kind of standard team comps. Now we have again Tyler as Fizz in the mid lane. We have a nice Draven versus Taric combo bottom lane and a Vladimir top lane with a Sejuani in the jungle. Very nice kind of AoE press R face roll kind of team, which is alright. But the opposing team does have the same kind of combo, where they have what appears to be a Cho'Gath in the mid lane, which might do real damage to the Fizz to Tyler if he isn't too careful with the silence cone. We have or no, it's a Cho'Gath top lane and maybe a Maokai Varus with a Sona mid, and Sona mid just does not work, honestly. Like, it's so, like, gimmicky. I think he'll be able to do this. So, I mean, so there's one of two choices it can be, but Sona took Ignite, so I'm going to assume that it is. I mean, but we don't have to worry about too much, so. Now, let's see if we can see what rune pages he's using right now. Now, let's see, runes. He's using his Malzahar brand, which is flat magic or the flat magic pin on the quintessences, which I think he got out of an event, which is nice, and then flat AP, which is not bad at all. Going for those early kills is always nice on Fizz. And for his AP, it got a 26-4. Not too terrible, although with Fizz, who's very much an assassin, Executioner is kind of required, really, to where I think maybe you could redistribute some points in defense to get maybe one less and still get the Executioner. So that's maybe a little bit of an improvement that he can make on, because Fizz is an incredibly good carry. He may as well get the free damage at low life, considering how he scales pretty well. But alright, with that little bit out of the way, we're going to get right into the game in a few seconds, you guys. I'll see you guys in like 5 seconds. Don't worry. Hey, you guys, I'll tell you guys we'll be back in just a moment. So then here we are. Now, we are going to try and see how this game with Tyler goes. So, fingers crossed it goes well. Now we need to see what exactly he opens with item-wise, and what ability he opens with. Now, they have a respectable level 1 team. It's just they have more hard CC, so oops. Alright, and it is going to be a Sona in the mid lane, which will be very funny to watch. So that'll be a nice thing. Now, while everyone is kind of waiting to go into lanes, I suppose we can see, you know, what's going to happen in the meantime. Taric getting a good, nice, deep ward in on the opposing red. Although he could have gotten it maybe a little bit closer, say here, to get greater vision of this, but that's a couple of pixels. So, ain't a thing. Still a very smart ward coverage spot by the Taric, so very good on him. Now, and again, Fizz is probably, yep, he took his Urchin Strike, which basically is his dash, so, which is nice. Gonna hop over, help Sejuani with a leash, that's the term. I'm sorry, I guess. And hopefully, maybe a Smiteless, and that can give Sejuani some good early game pressure, hopefully. Now, bottom lane is looking to try and do something. Vladimir is likely, yep, just standing in the tri-bush to kind of watch if they go the long way around for the invasion. Probably just to ping telling Draven to kind of retreat back. So it appears that there's no real invade, which, while makes for boring viewing, is a safe start for the actual players. And Tyler, with his clearly best leashes in A skills, just dashes one time and goes back to lane. But I don't think we should be any real problem. And let's go manual camera for right now, because again, mid lane is a bit of our focus. Now he's like, I hope he's all typing out for music or something. So we'll give him that one. He's a little early level 2 by the Sona, but Sona did take the blue buff, which On other mid laners, I would be more concerned about. But it is a Sona, so I don't think there's any real reason to worry. I think he's a little too scared of the poke right now. But it's because she can, because she did take a Hymn of Valor in the Perseverance song thing. But now he's starting to try and take advantage of some of the poke. So I mean, really, it just depends on who can really hit level 6 first and then land their skill shots. Oh, what do we have here? First blood by bottom lane. I didn't really see that. I'm sorry you guys for missing that. Now, hopefully the Sejuani will actually take it. And Malphite is taking so long on his Wraith that he might not get there in time. A good pickup by the Sejuani. And the wave is pushed to Tyler's tower, so we don't have to worry about him missing anything of too big of importance. Now, let's see what this Sejuani is going to do. Now that she does have double buffs, but is she using a potion? She is, so she's trying to gain a little bit of health. Now, Sejuani should ping right about now. Nice, go in, chain the CC, good flash, landing a bit of damage onto the... Oh, will it grab it? The Ignite will grab it, hopefully with one more attack. Now, Sejuani does grab it, but it's not the worst thing in the world. It is still a kill for mid lane. Not the worst thing, and then Shogath kills, or secures a kill up top. So, not bad. Really, honestly, that was a pretty well executed gank. I mean, the Sejuani might have been able to, say, tell better, but Tyler may have full of well just realized what was happening, so. Now, if he's smart, he'll probably push the wave and go back, considering how he's very low health and doesn't have any more health potions. There we go. Good man going back. We'll see what he buys on his first pickup back. And he picks up an Amplifying Tome and 5 health potions, likely going for a Sheen as the first item. Now we'll watch that. Now let's see what happens top lane, considering how Cho'Gath is doing some real work onto the Vladimir, but that was a iffy pick to begin with, so. Let's check out the minion farm, actually, for our middle lane matchup here. We have 12-0-0-1 on Tyler as Fizz, and on the Sona we have a 0-1 and 16. Oh, excuse me for the burpee, guys. Now in the champion gold, okay, yeah, Sona is only like 100 gold richer. It's negligible. Although the opposing team is a couple hundred gold, so it's still very, very much kind of in the air, really. I think yeah. He can be very, very less scared of the Sona poke, really. He just has to understand that that's part of laning against him, against a Sona. Oh. Bit of a misclick on my part, guys. Yeah, he just needs to try and go in for the last hits. He's probably waiting to hit level 6, but he's not around creeps enough right now to grab the experience required. There we go. See, good chunks. Bit of an off-timed playful trickster combo. Oh, so you guys heard that? My cat's on my shoulder. But there we go. Now he's starting to grab some last hits. Still both level 5. He is about halfway to level 6, so he's likely just trying to stall it out. And here comes the gank, but again, Sejuani not waiting for the actual, like, for Fizz to be in position to follow up on the gank. So. But now he's just taking some good free farm. He is almost level 6. He's waiting for it. Of course, the Sona is level 6, but doesn't have enough AP to necessarily capitalize on it. Although she is maxing her Hymn of Valor, so it is 77 AP to 77. Where I don't know if the opposing Sona is running any magic pin right now. But of course the aura... No, actually, wow. Fizz has more innate right now than the opposing Sona does. So overall, I mean, not going too bad. Blue is up. Hopefully Sejuani is here and will be polite and actually give Fizz the blue buff. And then their Draven disconnects. That's nice. Now, I think he's moving to try and take it. Hopefully the Draven comes back. But we'll see, I suppose. Just checking, making sure that no one's around. Very, very good move. And of course, you're the very nice playful trickster combo. All things considered a kind of passive game. If he would, but I say he might need to go bottom to try and make up for another lack of a Draven. Is he going the long way or through the bushes? Now, ooh, a good Ice Bolo ultimate from Sejuani onto the Varus. Locks on the Varus. He's very CC'd right now. He's going to have to blow it. Oh, he does dodge it, but he's still trapped. And actually, Tyler does get that kill instead of the Sejuani, which is very, very nice for him. That might give him enough for his Sheen right now. But yeah, that's likely the way he's going to go back for. And his tower has taken literally no damage, or 6 damage or something stupid like that on his tower, so not bad. And he even bought boots and more health pots, so not bad at all on his part. And his tower isn't going to go down, and he still has something like maybe 2.5 minutes. In case you guys don't know, a general timer, and I don't know if this is absolutely certain, but it's just a good general rule. For each little quarter of the crest, or basically the blue buff, is about a minute worth of time, so you can kind of time how long you're going to have it. Oops. Now, actually, let's get it down here to where it's not a big thing. Now that he has the boots and the Sheen, he'll probably try to become more aggressive now that he realizes that with his Urchin Strike that he is maxing, which is very, very nice. He'll have a ridiculous amount of burst, more so than the Sona can try to heal up. Now, losing the last hits game, but I'm pretty sure Tyler is winning the overall farm, so not too terrible. And now he's starting to force the Sona out of lane on basic cooldowns. Now let's see that overall gold values in mid lane. Tyler is a few hundred gold richer, which isn't a whole lot, but it is something. Now he is likely going for a gank to help kind of cover Draven for being gone for a few minutes. But it is warded right here. Sees that the second he's down there, the Draven or the Varus conveniently disappears, and likely realizes the fact that it's warded. Now the Sona might try and turn right here if she's going to. He might realize that's actually oh. Well, that's something. Yeah. Maybe, Tyler, you shouldn't be taking blind shots with your ultimate and just praying it works. But now he's starting to get a little more aggressive. Oh, good playful trickster over the crescendo. Trade ignites in the middle lane. Although it is better for Sona considering how she can just perseverance back up to the required level. Oh, I keep on doing that. Actually, you see, she is maxing that next, which is not bad. So, I mean, isn't the worst thing on the planet. Now, the Sejuani should hopefully realize that it's warded. If Tyler isn't saying right now that it's warded, but I'm not going to have a chat up. They realize the fact the top is pretty pushed right now. Actually, you know what? We will turn on chat. And then we turn a clickety-click that, and we clickety-click that, and a play. They're going to try and make, hopefully, something happen on this Cho'Gath. Tyler does have ultimate along with a Sejuani ultimate, so that should be fairly nice. The good Glacier person. Chain CC onto the Cho'Gath. And a nice Urgent Strike picks up the kill. With 2 kills, 0 death, and 1 assist. Tyler is doing very, very well. Although, all props to the Sona for keeping some sort of lead. Goes back for the Blasting Wand, running straight for the Lich Bane for the blow people the fuck up in 1 hit combo. Which is always a solid sort of build to go on any sort of like real AD-ish kind of bursty assassins. Now, blue team did take Dragon, which was a very, very smart move considering how, as you saw a couple seconds ago, everyone was up top dealing with Cho'Gath. So that's a very, very good move on their part. Now he sees stuff happening in the bottom lane. A little too late though. simply because he couldn't do anything. The Ghost in from Sejuani will hopefully grab a good amount of CC to lock down the Varus. Jumps in, oh, but a flash is met with the Trickster over the wall, and another kill secured onto the Fizz. He's being very, very good on his map awareness. The only point that so far he needs to sort of work on is landing skill shots, but that will come more with as he learns Fizz more and more, so it's not bad. As of right now, he's performing really, really well. Nice use of the playful Trickster combo to get a good bit of wave clear. The Sona going for the what appears to be Athene's Unholy Grail straight out of the gate. Ooh, that burst from the or what was the move called from
Blue team's turret has been
the
destroyed.
Q? Basically, her poke down move is starting to do a little bit of damage right now. I think he's going to try and take blue buff right now. If he can actually Trickster over the wall correctly. Yeah, he got it. Smartly pops a health potion, which is good. Says Wani realizes that, he's probably got it. But it's good now to a point where he can now take blue on his own, so he now is relying less upon the Sejuani to actually make it happen. Now, he's going back, likely to pick up the Lich Bane straight out. And now here comes real amounts of burst from him. Now where he builds from here is a little bit subjective, so we'll see where he goes depending on how long this game lasts. Now things could be happening in mid lane. Sejuani picks up a Spirit of the Spectral Wraith. Not terrible. She does scale on both AP and armor. Or AP and health, actually. And Fizz sees the Maokai, but then realizes that it could be potentially be a very, very bad idea for him to try and move on this at all. But the Varus is giving himself away. He needs to be very careful of the Maokai coming behind him. A good flash, catches the ultimate, but he needs to move right now. Avoids the chain from the tendrils. Picks up a good kill, though, goes to Draven. They do need to get out right now. A good twisted advance locks him down. The Draven does what he can. He is standing in the ult. A good Trickster keeps him out of the crescendo of followed up by his teammates. He goes back in for a kill to get that sweet assist action. That was an incredible move. Good timing of when to actually use the playful Trickster.
Killing spree.
And now he's starting to learn his champion's limits, as you can tell, because this is maybe the 5th or 6th game I've seen him play Fizz as. Let me rephrase that. And now let's take a look at the farm game, if at all possible. Now Fizz is worth 4,500 gold, while Sona is worth 3,700. Again, props to the Sona for keeping up, but Sona is surviving on last hits, while Fizz is surviving on kills, which neither is bad, they're just alternatives. And kills are like way cooler to watch. Now they're likely trying to move to take Dragon. They may have it timed, I'm not too certain. This might be a potential kill, but the tower's still up, so I don't see it being the wisest of moves. Although a Cho'Gath Consume is now down, so... Or Feast, sorry, Consume I believe is news. So, for a few seconds they realized that they had the ability to kill Cho'Gath without any real fear of retaliation. A nice pink warded dragon will allow them to see when he comes up and ensure that they have some sort of control and vision. Now, this gets to the point where it's kind of scary, because now the Malphite and Sona combo are starting to roll as teams, and he has to learn to really, really thread needles really well with his playful Trickster combo. And if he doesn't, he will die. Now, but with that, we'll see how it works and see how it progresses. He is kind of hanging around for kills. They're now rolling as a 3-man, but we'll see how it happens. They apparently give up on the gank. They do see the fact that it is warded thanks to the pink ward. I'm not certain who placed it, but I'm going to give it random props to Tarek and Hope. And we are now on the most recent patch that gives gold to the revealer of the ward and to the killer of the ward, so helps to kind of spread that out a little bit more often. Tyler's going to try and save his tower, going to hop in. He shouldn't go in on this right now, but he's smart to try and to get chased down by that mad sapling. And then just pushing up the wave. Oh, still takes the hit. Sapling OP. Nerf sapling, right? Jeez. Now, how much gold is he actually sitting on? Okay, so he's only sitting on 500. A good blind ult doesn't do anything, though. But he does step back into it. Good tendrils. He's going to get locked down unless he can fix it right now. Well, the Malfado comes right in. Does get Cheese Wheel on top of the Sun Crescendo. Picks up the kill. So, I believe maybe with like a properly landed... Yeah. That's so sad. Maybe a properly landed Varus ultimate, or Fizz ultimate may have scared the Fizz a little bit, or scared the Varus more. But even then, it was just really, really bad positioning and a lack of ward coverage right about here. They had ward coverage in the bush, but not right here. This is a much more helpful ward, considering how...
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
That's fine. They were going to take that mid turret down. There were 5 men pushing mid. Now, let's try and illustrate what could have gone a little bit better in that last little kill. Now, let's try and actually jump back to it. Alright, now... Sits there. Still takes the damage from the sapling like a boss. Now, this is when they should see the Varus, and this is when I believe he tries to go and grab some sort of cheese kill. Now, right there, if I'm fairly certain, like, you can tell if it whiffs, but you have no idea of knowing if it landed or not. And the second you see that little skill shot, you should know that Varus is likely still alive. At this point, you should have maybe... Do you have Flash Up? You don't have Flash Up. You do have the Playful Trickster combo. I maybe would have Playful'd over the wall or something like that. It's a much safer point, because at this point you are locked down. They chain the CC perfectly on you. The Turret tries to help you. And right now, you're too locked into a combo. Now, yes, you couldn't see the... or you're too locked into CC. And when the Malphite shows up and cheese wheels you, that basically seals your fate. But you were right to try and jump into the bushes. And it was the ult from the Crescendo that you just couldn't escape because you were chain locked from CC so much, and the fact that you took so much damage. So, I mean, maybe just... I don't think being in that fight was the best thing at all possible. So... And they pick up a double kill. Of course, the Sona picks up a double kill, which is a little less potentially harmful. Now, this is the time where I believe they just roll and take mid lane, so... But that's also... But yeah, that last kill was part just getting locked by CC, and part not having any ward coverage, which could also have been fixed by you, Tyler. You could have simply bought a ward on that note.
Purple team's turret has
by his
been
boots of
destroyed.
swiftness for whatever reason, considering how their entire team is hard CC, pretty much. Malphite ultimate, Shogath, Rupture, Sona ult, Varus stun, Snare. I would have got maybe from Merc Treads, but... It makes a little sense. Doing some real work on the Cho'Gath. He's going to grab him, though. Nice pickup on the kill. So, not the worst thing on the planet. They probably do need to try and push mid right now and do some damage to the tower right now. They only have bottom lane taken out, and now they have their entire tier 1s down. Now, the gold lead is basically identical, but they have, of course... less towers taken than the opposing team does, and that just gives them a greater range of mobility right now. Now, that is a ping on the top tower. It is fairly high health, so it may not be the best choice right now, and considering how he's pushing alone, where his only river is in or only ward nearby is in Tri-Bush, so... Let's see what damage he can do, if any, onto this tower. But realize that the fact... Oh, forgive me. Oh, there we go. Better you guys, I'm sorry. Realizes the fact that he's pushing alone and just figures he'll likely figure that, or I'll just let the creeps do all the work and just get out before I die. Which is a good pickup. He does pick up a Amplifying Tome. Now, what that could go for is just a multitude of things. Right now, now they have the Athenes, and they are, I believe the Maokai is going for an Aegis. And Shogath has a Spirit Visage, which is a very strong item on him. He is likely going for a Void Staff to try and mitigate some of the large amounts of MR they're trying to accrue. Whiff on the ultimate. Yeah, the second he learns how to land those ultimates is the second that he can basically win games. It's very, very sad. That could have been a potentially free kill onto the Malphite much, much sooner. That's fine. Realize that it's warded. Likely shouldn't be here. Don't know what he's doing. If not trying to peel off his team. And now his ultimate is down. He's probably going to hop in. Good flash by the Maokai, but he does get land spawn. Oh, chain CC'd. Crescendo on top of the Tendrils of Corruption. On top of a Cho'Gath Rupture. And in that time, so much damage is done that they just simply can't do anything. They have to disengage the fight. But luckily, the two most important people, their AP mid and their AD carry, do survive. Although Draven ultimate is down, they likely won't have the ability to peel off of this tower. And it's not like it's an inhibitor turret or anything. They should probably just let it go. Unless he gets caught by random ruptures. Forces a flash and a tower taken. It's clearly best Draven in A. Now, they might be able to force this off tower. Fizz will have ultimate in a few seconds. The Malphite ultimate comes in, catches the Draven, and with that, he can't fight it. Tries to trickster into potential baits, although a good dash in by the Sejuani. She is getting a good amount of AoE on the opposing team. Grabs a kill, tries to flash out, but it's still in range, more than likely to consume, and does end up dying. When he was that low of health, he probably shouldn't have fought, not knowing if the consume was up or not. Or it's always a fact. Very nice flash by the Taric, but then a follow-up fail flash by the Sona. And a random cheese roll. Cho'Gath finally picks up a Rod of Ages at the 22-minute mark. And that is a free inhibitor tower. Now someone is teleporting top lane. Cho'Gath is, so they aren't even going to take the tower right now. Alright, the game is by no means over. They just need to get solid pushes off right now. And really their entire team is reliant upon really a Glacial Prism by the Sejuani is the most detrimental like team fight AoE they have to counteract the Crescendo and the Unstoppable Force. And the Tendrils of Corruption, or the Chain of Corruption, whatever the fuck it is. Oh, Blink Zota Tendril of Corruption. That would be why. Lol, takes all the CS from Vlad. Vlad's so mad, bro. Jeez. Do you even live, man? They're all, what, all five rotating top for a kill on a Cho'Gath who isn't building real damage. Likely building a Wit's End, going very Season 2-ish. He needs to land the ultimate. Oh, good. Even the Flash can't pick it up. They're doing absolute work. Draven needs to kite. But it won't matter because nice kill. Did take 4 of them to kill the Cho'Gath because he's so tanky. But he did land a very nice ultimate that he even forced a flash on after the ultimate connected. So very, very good move by him. And a bit of a bad move on the Cho'Gath's part. And let's see. The Cho'Gath is going for a Wit's End, clearly. And now they're all getting tanky enough and have enough resistances to where the burst from a Fizz has to be very, very efficient right now, and it can't. He's not big enough as of right now. I mean, and again, look at a Sona with what's it called? The where are you at, Sona? With a max rank of Aria of Perseverance, which is basically gives armor and MR.
Killing spree.
Random kill onto the Vlad by the Varus. They're pushing top lane. But yes, enough MR with the Perseverance, and they have an Athene, and they are going to have an Aegis, and Malphite's building very tanky, and the Cho'Gath is building to anti-mage the Fizz. So he's really just getting countered right now. He is going in, lands a good ultimate. Oh, Sona walks up into it, picks it up. He could probably go in right now if any sort of CC comes out from the Sejuani. She does have ultimate. All she needs to do is catch it out, but simply getting chased out. Good slow. A nice disengage from the Sejuani, though, will keep Fizz alive. So, maybe quicker reaction times on the Sejuani part. Maybe could have locked down the entirety of their team. He does appear to be going for a Liandry's, simply to try and shred some of the max health they're accruing. A good Hemoplague cherry picks a kill. And dives in, tries to make something happen, doesn't, however. A little sad. They were probably all, considering how he won his lane, like certifiably won his lane, their entire opposing team simply just got scared of the Fizz burst and simply just built to counter him. And since Draven DC'd, he missed out on a good amount of farm, and as a result, wasn't big enough to counteract for the overabundance of MR and health. And went for a Bloodthirster when their team wasn't doing well enough to justify having it, so. More than likely in conclusion. Tyler, you played your Fizz mid very, very well. You don't have to worry about it. You won your lane, you got many kills early on. Just the entire team built to counter you, and you can only do so much. Short of maybe building a Leandries and an Abyssal, but even then, that would take a lot of farm. And if your Draven was just a little bit bigger, didn't DC for a short amount of time at such an early point in the game. But of course it isn't over, so maybe I shouldn't be talking like it is over.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
It is, however, what is it, almost 10k gold lead for blue team? So that might be a bit of a negative thing. It does pick up the hunting guys to try and get more MR, to try and counter the vast amounts of kind of resistances they built solely against him. So it's a very smart move on your part, Tyler, trying to build a kind of the opposing team. Good ultimate picks up the Malphite, maybe not the most ideal target, but however, you will probably take whatever you can. Malphite ultimates into it. Oh, but you caught by Chain of Corruption and locked down with a snare. They simply focus you first in team fights, and you have no real reliable form of peel. The Taric uses his stun at the beginning of a fight, when they have other forms of initiation. Yeah, the Taric needs to save. The Taric needs to save. He would record a loss because of a Vlad. We'll tell Tyler real fast. Alright. Tell him sorry, but that's all we can do. And as you'll see, Tyler, later on, you won your lane. You did literally all you could. You just got built too hard, or you got countered too hard just by a sheer item variance, so. And that would tell me that the game is likely going to be over soon, and the fact that the timer hasn't increased means it is going to end fairly soon. But we will play it out to the end. Now, they're probably going to likely troll around, see what kills we can grab. But yes, the Cho'Gath is fairly big, because he did get many choice kills into the Vladimir earlier. And because of that, he was able to build to counter both his lane and his opposing mid lane. So, Cho'Gath fulfilling his role as an anti-mage of sorts with solid push power. And of course, Tyler doing what he can to just try and grab whatever farm he can that's left in this game. Vlad dying to siege minions like an absolute pro. Does get props, however, for building a Will of the Ancients, trying to give his team auras at least, and trying to make the Fizz a little bit bigger, but I don't see it being a huge help. They would have to get an incredible ace, and we now know that it's going to be a loss, so we can just spend the remainder of the game just talking about things that could have been a little bit better. I mean, honestly, I couldn't really think of a whole lot of better ways, maybe outside of a Banshee's Veil to lock down a single bit of CC to give you enough time to get out. I mean, really, that's all that was inside of your power. I mean, you built fine early game, and you won your early game, and you did okay into the mid game until you started to get focused down. They just started to build to counter you, and Taric isn't doing his job of peeling. And also, the Draven could at least throw his little Axie knockaway move that name managed to escape me. It's one of those, that's what it is. It's called Stand Aside, so in a future reference. But Draven can stand aside to get people off of you. Taric can stun, and there goes Baron. Likely will be the quick end of this game. Very sad, but he does finally have Leandries, which is good, albeit a very late time in the game, but not the worst thing in the world. They're all likely going to push up mid. They probably shouldn't be fighting over the inhibitor. They need to fight under Nexus towers. And if you can't win under Nexus towers, you can't really do anything. A random Grave Home doesn't do anything. Forces a fight that doesn't need to happen. Lands a good ultimate onto the Cho'Gath, however. Does go in, blows up the Varus in all about 2 hits. Does grab the kill. A very, very good team fight.
Purple team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
The blue team still comes on top.
Blue team
And
double
Draven gets
kill.
cheese wheeled. It's very, very sad.
Purple team's inhibitor is respawning soon.
You guys, that might be it. It's a little bit sad. And I'm sorry, Tyler, but yes, I would record a loss because of a really bad lag.
Has been destroyed.
But don't freak out, man. It's one of those, again, same points. You did fine. Just went downhill kind of fast. So, I will see you guys next time. And for me, you guys, that was another episode of Average Commentary. And I'll see you guys later. Alright, goodbye.